Hi everybody, Coach Susan here with Big on Results Coaching. I help people that are in transition or stuck to live a life of joy and prosperity. And I am here for your Manifestation Monday video on language. What language do you talk? What languages do you hear? Are you really hearing the languages that are being spoken to you? Or do you turn a deaf ear? Well, I guess that ultimately we have to decide, what do we want? What do we want to hear? What do we want to project to people? What is that thing? What is that language? Is it our body language? Is it our verbal language? Is it our native tongue language? What language are you speaking? Are you speaking the language of cooperation? Are you speaking the language of love? Are you speaking the language of your origin? Are you speaking the language of dismay, anger, sadness? What language are you speaking? Do you know what language you actually respond to? Do you know what makes you happy? Are you speaking the language that gets along with others? Do you receive the information disseminated to you through other languages? Languages aren't just in written form, and they're not just of an origin. Languages are of an intention, that element that allows us to communicate with somebody else. That's a language. I want to convey this, and I want you to understand and to interpret what it is that I am feeling in my language. So sometimes people would think, well, you know what? I don't speak that person's language, and that's okay. But the important thing is that it's twofold. It's an important thing for you to actually speak your language, but it's also equally important that you take that time to ascertain that language from another individual that is being spoken to you. Sometimes we think, well, gosh, you know what? That person's projecting this really bad thing on me. They're saying this, they're saying that. Diddle, 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 diddle. Stop. If there's languages that you are figuring that are negative in nature or that are derived from a negative energy, then remove yourself. Not all languages should we listen to. We do have an important language, which is called self-talk. So you are the one that's the author of that, but you're also the interpreter. So when we have this negativity that's around us, we need to figure out, is it worth listening to? And is it the dialect that I even want to know? If that answer's no and you don't want to be around that, then don't listen. But when we go around life and we think deaf ear, no can hear, and we ignore these other things that somebody's trying to communicate with us so they can have the element of being heard in their language, and they're trying to communicate with you what that means and what that says, you should listen. You should be that ear. If you got an ear, you should hear. So we need to listen to those things around us. But if that energy that's around us is of a negative, lower level and does not serve us for our higher purpose, we need to vacate, leave it aside, walk away. Be that person that we're supposed to be. So language is that essential element that allows us to communicate on a higher level. Sometimes our language is energetic. So we can take ourselves within our energy and to raise vibrations that is a frequency that has a language of its own. You know how when you go around somebody going, wow, that person only said a couple of words, but dang, I felt so close to that person. They didn't even really need even to talk. They didn't even really move. They just sat there, but whoa, I could feel them and it was amazing. That's a language. So when these people speak these languages, whether it's an intentional or unintentional, doesn't matter. What matters is your level of interpretation for it. So when you allow yourself to explore that and you come in with an open mind and you go for it and you allow yourself to be vulnerable so that you can understand what it is that they're communicating to you, you're going to be better for it. So we should exhilarate and we should exemplify all of these amazing things that we have within us. But sometimes we're like, oh, well, that person doesn't really want to hear what I have to say, or ooh, that's not politically correct, or ooh, if I say that I might get fired, ooh, yeah, speaking my truth, danger zone. Wrong. Speak your truth. Say it is the things that you are feeling and you're thinking in your mind and in yourself. Exercise wisdom and do these things for yourself. It's when we stifle our own language and who we are and a part of our identity that it keeps us in a trapped position, stuck, non-motion, zero action, but total frustration and a total hardship to ourselves. If you can see somebody and they're having a difficult time with articulating or even understanding what another person's saying, take the time, explain it to them. It may be difficult, may be abstract, but if you know, you can help. Why wouldn't you want to help? But also, if you see somebody that is having a difficult time, then maybe you should share it with somebody else. Hey, you know what? I witnessed. And that I feel that this person's communicating this to you, but you're not seeing it. So for whatever it's worth, there you go. There's that person. And then you're not walking away going, wow, I could have made a difference in this person's life. There was a communication situation, and I needed to assist them on this. And I did. It was great. So then you let the cards fall where they may. And then you're out. Out. But having that opportunity that's in front of you and recognizing it, that's the gamut. That's where you want to be. Because you want to be that vessel to assist and help other people. As you are doing that, then you're learning about your own communication skills, about your own language. What language are you talking? Are you talking the language of doubt, grief, sorrow, sadness? Or are you talking the languages of love? Are you talking the language of acceptance? How about gratitude? So speaking these languages and showing people, whether it's physically or it's in a verbal manner, that is what you need to do. There's a lot of people in society that do not have the physical ability to speak for themselves. They may not even have the mechanisms within their tongue and the muscles to formulate those specific words. But on an energetic level, you can feel that within you. So why not be the vessel to share that information? We so often think, oh my gosh, I don't have the time. What am I going to do? Gotta hurry up. Diddle, diddle, diddle. Stop. Be that person to be utilized in that capacity. Be that person. Step up to the plate. Be that person. Communicate what you're thinking. You know, when you hear people say, oh my gosh, well, if I would have known back then what I know now, whoa, that would have been different. Well, why not know it now? And why not seize the opportunity to be better, to explain yourselves? And then sometimes people think, oh, you know what? Forget it. I'm not even going to get with it. It's a waste of my energy. Wrong. You should always speak your truth. You should always say what you're saying. And if people don't like it, guess what? They don't like it. But the important thing is that you had something to say and that you said it and that you had utilized that ability within you that you have. Take opportunity. Take the opportunity. Always speak your truth and know that what you're saying is for your highest good. If you feel like, oh gosh, you know what, I've been trying to keep myself in check, but sometimes I'm just really malicious on the things that I say, then zip your zippy. Zip it up. Because you don't always need to say things. And just think about it. Is what I have to say going to be to my highest good? If the answer is no, then... But guess what? Sometimes the truth hurts. But just because the truth may hurt somebody doesn't mean that you don't say it. Speak your truth and be honest with that. Be congruent with who you are. Stand up, stand tall, and go forward in your life so that you can be that one that's a contributor to language, to help two forms come together that have that comprehension of each other. Novelty, I know. But speak your truth. Have that language. Don't be afraid to say it. I'm Coach Susan with Big on Results Coaching, and I want you to speak your truth, and I want you to have that language. I want you to be able to convey those thoughts and the energy that you have wherever you want to convey it. So if you need assistance, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you. Until next Monday.